Sup, bro?
What's up, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And Peliculas with the Bros is a show where me and my brother Ivan discuss a movie. Every week we discuss a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Barbie.
Plain and simple, right?
Yes.
Okay. But before we talk about Barbie, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like I said, this is a show, a podcast where me and my brother Ivan talk about a movie. Every week it's a new movie. This week it just so happens to be Barbie. Last week we did
Oppenheimer.
Yes, Oppenheimer. And next week, who knows what we'll do. So if you are interested in listening to us, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, hit whatever button you need to do to get notified that we're going to be on your ears, on your earlobes, on your eyes next week. We're a podcast, so you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. We're a YouTube show, so go to youtube.com, go look us up, Peliculas with the Bros, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment letting us know that you are a real person and not our mom or a random relative in Mexico, because that's what it tends to be, Ivan.
That's not too bad, if I say so myself.
That was like that hit me in the gut right there when you said that.
Oh.
You know, like a very, not in the bad way though. Like you just filled me up with love right there.
Oh.
Like, that's not too bad.
Glad I could help.
It just all hit me right there. And let us know what you think about the movie Barbie in the comments below.
Huh.
And before we even talk about Barbie, let's, for the last time, revisit Oppenheimer, which is a movie we talked about last week. Let's give a little recap of just our final everlasting thoughts. Ivan?
It's a long movie. I've been trying to rewatch it about like 3 hours. 4 hours, technically.
Yeah. If I was, oh man, I wish I loved movies as much as I do now when I was
Free.
18.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I would be at the theaters like a fiend,
Yeah.
just rewatching and rewatching. I got a kid now. I can't even rewatch like a 30-minute show.
That's life, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, well.
Stop hitting me in the gut.
Papa.
That's it? Long movie?
It was good, I guess. I don't know.
You haven't rewatched it then?
No, I might soon. I just need a good time. If I see like the opening, I'll go rewatch it.
Yeah. For me, I probably won't rewatch it until I get it in Steelbook. Check out my Steelbook collection. Oh, I just ordered a new one.
What?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wow.
$32.
Steelbook?
Steelbook. Only Steelbooks touch these shelves.
You're getting robbed.
Last thoughts for me for Oppenheimer. It was a great movie. I would love to rewatch it, and yeah, probably the best film of the year.
I only want to rewatch it because it's one of those movies that need to be in a theater.
Yeah,
But, like,
that's the point, right?
3 hours.
What if? Okay, this is the thing. You buy the Apple Pro. What is it? Lens.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You buy it just, dude. You buy that and you don't even need to like, you know.
But will it be? I don't think it'll be as good as IMAX. Come on, let's be real.
Well, the only thing you're really gonna be missing is the audio experience.
Yeah.
Like the visuals
bass.
is gonna be amazing, especially when you can go into that like cinema mode where everything's blacked out. Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Or you can have like that mode where it's like atomic bombs going off in the background.
Jeez. Constantly. Can't hear anything. Just
The blinding
blinding.
light. Yeah. Wow. It's like where
Sisters.
we can finish each
Barbies.
other.
Barbie.
God, that's horrible. Ivan, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Are you ready to be a Barbie girl in a Barbie world where
Yeah.
life is plastic and fantastic?
Yeah.
Then so be it. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Barbie.
Written by Greta Gerwig and Noam Baumbach. Directed by Greta Gerwig. The premise of this movie. Barbie lives in Barbieland with all of the other Barbies and is seemingly 100% happier until she begins to have thoughts like, what happens when I die? That starts to spoil her world and her life, so she must now go to the real world and figure out why her life is becoming unstereotypical, Ivan, with the cast of...
Tell him.
Margot Robbie is
Come
Barbie.
on.
Should we just stop there? Margot Robbie is Barbie.
We go one more.
Okay. Let me find his name. Ryan Gosling is
Oh,
Ken.
come on.
We have Kate McKinnon, Issa Rae, Alexandra Shipp, Ima McKay. I don't know these names really. Simu Liu. Is that his? How do you pronounce his name?
I think that's Simu Liu.
Shang-Chi himself.
Mm.
He's in this movie. Our boy Will Ferrell.
He is.
Alan. Who's Alan?
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera.
Come on.
Throwing 99 miles per hour fastballs down the middle.
Yes.
Ivan, the director of this movie is Greta Gerwig. Her movies are as follows: Nights and Weekends, Lady Bird, Little Woman, this movie Barbie. She's writing Snow White, the Disney remake.
Okay.
And
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
Sucks. Tough. That's a sticky wicket.
Okay, let me just go on a
Tangent?
Yeah.
Ranchant?
Ranchit. Yeah, let me go on a Ranchit, which kind of sounds like a Ratchet,
Yeah.
but Ranchit.
It's the men's version.
Yeah, man's version of Ratchet. So, Snow White, they're remaking it. They asked the girl that's playing Snow White is the girl from West Side Story, that little Colombian Mexican girl, right?
Yeah.
They asked her in a presser or whatever, why are you guys remaking this? Because and she had like a really good but kind of spicy rebuttal. It was we're making it because of this and this and this and this. And like, she kind of said it, she said it the right way, but her attitude was like, why are you even asking me this? Like, we're making it because of this, right?
Yes.
Follow up, I see someone saying like, this is racism towards white people because they're taking a character, Snow White, who was supposed to be white, and making her a Colombian Mexican or whatever she is. And they're saying this is not right because America is just like reappropriating stories and they should be what they should be. But isn't that like all stories? Like, isn't every single story a retelling?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, isn't like there is no like kind of racism that it just got me hot and heated when someone said this is a racist way of portraying Snow White when like everything is a retelling.
I feel like I don't think it's racist towards white people. I think it's kind of racist towards like Mexican people. Because like they're just casting because she's like they're choosing someone not white,
right?
Because it's like kind of it's like trending to be inclusive, and in a way that makes it feel less inclusive.
And that's racist towards Mexicans or
I don't think
Latinos?
even racism is the right word. It just like come on, like that's what I think. Come on. What do you? We know what this is about. It's money. You want to cater to everyone. You want to get the Mexican demographic, whatever.
I was going to say it's racist towards, like, I thought you were going to go in this way, and I would have agreed with you, where it's like, it's racist towards Mexicans or Latinos because you're not telling Latino stories.
Oh.
You're just grabbing the hot Latino of the day and putting them in the typical
Well, that's like another thing. Just make a movie.
Original.
Yeah. Do your own thing. You know, that's like Snow White's already perfect.
Yeah.
Perfectly white.
Whoa, Ivan.
The classic Snow White's already like there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like all these remakes are just pointless.
Yes. Yeah, they're pretty bad. But they're making enough money to be like, okay, let's keep doing it. Anyways.
Yes.
She's writing Snow White. She's not directing it. But she is going to direct Chronicles of Narnia remake for Netflix.
Okay. I'm a little worried.
I'm not worried after watching this movie.
Yeah.
But a little bit about Greta. Other than those movies, have you watched any of those movies? Did you watch Lady Bird?
Hell no.
You watched
Pretty Women?
Yeah, Pretty Woman.
I forgot the name of that movie.
Yeah, and I watched it and I forgot it. And it's not loaded.
Women like who don't speak or something?
Ivan?
No, I swear that's like
Little Woman.
Oh.
Oh no, you're thinking about Woman Talking.
Oh.
Remember that movie? Oh, your
Is
favorite
that not
movie?
what it was?
No, Little Woman is the three sisters who are trying to get married in
Okay.
like the
Yes.
1800s.
Yes.
But you didn't watch that either.
Hell no.
So she came up as like an actress,
Okay.
and then she morphed into writing.
Hmm.
I'm probably butchering this of like what she really did, but
Yep.
writing, actress, and then now she's directing.
Right.
Lady Bird was a huge success critically. Little Women was both critically and made a good amount of
She's
money.
good.
And now this film, I don't know her style. I just think she knows what's like. She knows how to talk to the youth. You know, like she knows. She's very smart. I feel like.
Yeah.
And it's not only smart as in like I'm Mary Sorky and I can blah, 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 you know, it's more like
On the pulse.
I'm smart and I know exactly what to say,
Yeah.
which is I think more important in this day and age, right? Like you need to be able to be real.
Yeah.
Where Sorky's like,
He's getting a little corny.
yeah, he's corny. He's cornified.
Yeah.
Barbie for you.
Huh.
In your life, what does Barbie mean?
Just some distant toy that never affected me in any way.
But whenever you heard Barbie, what would you think? Like growing up as a kid, what, or even right now before watching this film?
I was like, that's a toy. Like, that's my only relationship to it.
For me, it's like,
Girls.
it was deeply ingrained. That's like super girly.
Oh, yeah.
And I never really gave it much of a thought. And after realizing they're making this movie, you kind of take a step back and realize the cultural significance of a thing,
Yes.
and that's pretty significant.
Yes.
And just the idea of it goes back to my thing of I'm interested. Once I get interested in something, I really want to understand it all and like dig deep into it, which I didn't do for Barbie, but sexism at its peak. But it would be interesting to see like how much of an impact all of like the lore, all of the thing that goes into what is Barbie now.
Yes.
You know, for Barbie,
Oh.
let's look at how the sausage was made.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway and Amy Schumer. Hathaway to star, Schumer to direct and write. That was in the works since like 2010-ish, but something happened, left. And then after that happened, Barbie execs were like, we want Robbie. We want Margot Robbie to be in this movie. They quoted her, and she said, yes, I'll do it. But I want to executive produce, and I want to basically take creative control of like how things go.
Right.
Which she does. And I didn't know that. And I think she's probably at the point where she can do that, even though her movies haven't been extremely successful.
Big name.
Big name, but she doesn't have like
Roles. Like,
well, yeah, she's in
career
all the
defining.
movies, but the movies she's in never really financially hit.
oh,
But she's always like the lead actress in them all. Suicide Squad. What's another one where she had the Jersey accent? I don't know. Joyzy Boyga Sliders, which is a thing that threw me off. Like when I saw her talk, why isn't she in her Jersey accent?
Oh, just white.
Margot Robbie wants Gerwig though.
Yeah.
She gets her.
Yeah.
And Gerwig only agrees if she can write it with her partner Noah Baumbach, which thank God it worked out. And Noah, we know him from a movie we did
Marriage
previously,
Story?
Marriage Story, which I love. One of my favorite movies of that
Okay.
year. Ivan, enough of the chit chat. What did you think about Barbie?
It's good.
Explain.
I don't know. It was good.
Okay.
I saw it like 2 weeks ago at this point, so
yeah,
it's not the freshest thing in my head.
it was good.
I just know it was good.
When you watched it, what was the experience? Who was
Anger, rage.
there? Manimism at its finest.
Yes.
Who was there? Was the crowd like crazy?
A bunch of Barbies in the crowd, to be honest. Pink, as far as I could see. Couple angry men on the sidelines. Lost a few good men too.
We did. That day we lost a few good men. Salute to them. To the Kens. I did see like a couple leave the theaters, and I heard the girl say, "That wasn't that bad, right?"
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, it's okay."
Oh, that's sad.
And I was like, "Oh, I think they went to watch Barbie."
Huh.
She forced them.
Huh.
But it's weird because I forced my wife to see it. Oh! I liked it.
Yeah.
I had a good crowd.
Yeah.
Everyone was dressed up, even my little daughter.
Really?
Yeah. I'll show
Little
you
Barbie?
photos. Little Barbie.
Baby Barbie?
It wasn't like crazy, but she was pinked
Just
out.
like dipped in pink.
She was laminated for the movie. Ivan, the movie's pure sugar, though.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's pure sugar, but it does have a message embedded into it, which I liked. And it's funnier than most movies that I've seen recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't categorize it necessarily as a comedy, but it is funnier than most comedies I've seen. It's like way funnier than Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
And what's another comedic film that we watched recently? With your boy from Everywhere. No, Always Sunny.
Oh, huh. Charlie Day, Fool's Paradise.
Fool's Paradise. Like, the amount of laughs I got in this movie compared to that is
I think it's just a new age where if you try to be funny, if you try to make a comedy, you'll fail. But if you just make a movie and then let it be funny, I think that's the thing.
And embracing the dumbness of it.
Yeah.
Which is like, it is partly a satire, the movie Barbie on a bunch of things, but the way the characters are portrayed and how they act is a satire on just like the corniness of the characters themselves, of the action, the dolls.
Right.
Everything from like the Kens singing at the Barbies versus singing to the Barbies.
Yeah.
And Ken being like in love with horses. Just all these things is amazing. And then the idea of like a stereotypical Barbie and the opening scene of basically an homage to Kubrick.
Crazy if you think about it.
Yes. And I'm glad it was done this way. Because, I don't know, I would assume a bunch of directors wanted to do an homage like this and like do their own spin of that opening sequence where the monkeys are yelling at the monolith. But this actually makes sense, the way she used it. Just the little girls looking at the Barbie and like, what is this? New technology. I loved it. Alan. Who is Alan? Like, what are they trying to say with Alan?
I didn't know at first, but I saw one thing it was saying it represents like the non-binary community. Like they're not on either side, but they just want to be like, let's just get along, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I was thinking more like not the social justice. What's those warriors?
SJW? Social justice
warrior? No. Like the guys that like are online and like
White Knight?
Yeah.
He seems sincere though. White Knights are like insincere.
That's true. What's the phrase? White Knight. Just White Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a White Knight.
But his character was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then like I said, the homage is hilarious. Ferrell in this movie, I didn't realize how big of a role he was gonna have in it. Will Ferrell, and his portrayal of the exec is hilarious. And him being like, "Listen, woman, if you're trying to backtalk to me, Jezebel,
listen here, you Jezebel."
It's just ridiculousness, and that's where they derive all the jokes.
Yeah.
And it's under 2 hours,
which is nice.
Yeah.
Consumable.
Yeah. Like, how many movies have we watched already this year? More than 2.5 hours.
I think we should just do like a 2 hour hard limit for all movies at this point.
Well, there should be like a legitimate reason why it goes past 2 hours.
Doesn't feel like there is any reason anymore though these days.
And then it takes away from the movies that do have a reason. You're like, another 3-hour movie, you know? Like you go watch Ant-Man and it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And
it was?
Something like that.
Jesus.
And then you watch Oppenheimer, 3 hours, and you're like, another one? But this one should feel 3 hours, you know? Like it has a reason to be 3 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, under 2 hours, thank God. And the set designs. We've preached it once, we've preached it twice. Give me set designs over CGI.
Yes, sir.
So if they get an Oscar, it should be for that alone. Like the costuming
Production
and the set design. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And I love the use of like the different outfits.
Oh yeah.
That sequence where like they throw the outfit in the air, they pause and give a name for it.
Little Easter eggs.
Yeah. And it's very on the nose Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Like it's not the Marvel Easter eggs where like, oh, you see that character in the back with the duck bill?
Mm-hmm.
That's Quackity McQuack Quack. You'll find them in comic 545. No, this one's like up front, like boom, this is what it is.
Yes.
It's almost not about Barbie though. What? Like it being about the daughter and mother.
Yeah.
And that is actually like my main issue with the movie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
The movie is hilarious.
Yes.
The movie's funny. The movie's fun.
But
when they introduce the characters of the mom and daughter, and it kind of leads to the typical plot of like the daughter that rebels, you know, and the mom that's trying to like, no.
I thought you meant like the Barbie creator and Barbie. I was like, what?
I like that a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Just the mom and daughter thing. It just felt a little bit too like done before.
Yeah.
And it was more like a plot. Like it was trying to drive the plot more than anything.
I feel like if it was a different kid, maybe it would, like Timothy Chalamet. He could have nailed that. I think.
I love how you just like inserted that so smoothly. Like this kid I know, Timothy Chalamet. I don't know if you've heard of him or not.
No, but I feel like it was kind of like done before.
Yeah. Zendaya.
Yeah.
Her. She would
Tom Holland. Adam Driver. What's the?
If they would have had Zendaya as her,
I don't know. It felt like America Chavez. Maybe that's racist. It felt like the Marvel. It might be because it's Marvel's fault, where like they just insert a new kid for all of these movies.
Yes.
So maybe from that, like it kind of poisoned this for me because I kind of felt the same. I was like, but like the message was perfect. I didn't have an issue with that. It was more like this girl can be a perfect Marvel actress who like Hawkeye Juniorette or something. You're
saying like it hits all the bases.
Yeah.
Where you need something a little bit more actory, something.
I don't know how I would do it.
Idiosyncratic, something unique.
Yeah. Maybe make it like a gay kid. That's an idea.
That's actually a good idea. It's like almost the idea of the other movie. That's the funny movie we watched.
Hard Feelings?
Yeah.
No Hard Feelings?
No Hard Feelings.
Yeah.
Like that kid in this movie with him actually being gay, that would have been interesting.
Probably going to get canceled in 5 years because of this.
They would have, I guess that's probably why they didn't do that, because they're already pushing a sled up a hill with the idea of like all these men now saying like, this movie's a piece of shit. They're portraying men as this and this and this, which I totally disagree with. Like, actually, I agree with. They are portraying men as idiots, right?
Yeah.
But
like, it's idiot men they're portraying, not like all men.
And what have we been doing with women the past like 2,000 years? You know, like have we been portraying women as like full-bodied? Oops.
Yes, we have, Adrian.
like well-rounded characters.
Yes.
We haven't.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair if we have a couple portrayals where men are just like pure dicks.
Yeah. Like, let them have one, and then we'll get the rest.
Yeah. Let's get them. Roll out.
Maybe if they kicked out the kid, just America Ferrera, have her do all the work.
Because she's good. Like,
yeah.
she can act.
Yeah. I just think I think it's just a kid.
Another interesting thing was like, and I actually love this about the movie, and it goes back to this movie is not really about Barbie. The Ken plot is almost 40% of the movie, and the idea of like Ken going from being shunned by Barbie whenever she wants to shun him to taking over Barbie Land and making it, what is it like?
Kenland or
No, something stupid, Kenaverse or something.
Yeah.
And just bringing in all the macho-ness of everything. I thought that was very smart, very funny the way they did it, and very homoerotic. You know,
it was, yes.
And I love that. I love how they're like, all this man stuff that you guys like. It's kind of gay.
Kind of gay. Kind of gay lads.
And it just like hit me when he was watching a screen and he was watching like a video at that building.
Oh yeah.
And it's Sylvester Stallone like dripping sweat, like all buff. He's like, oh my god, what is that? That was just amazing.
Yep.
And him wanting to learn all about horses. Amazing. I like that. What else did you like, Evan?
I like
He said that like, I like lamb.
I like Ken. I like Barbie. I like Alan. I love Alan.
Stop.
Okay.
To your point of the Barbie character and the creator of Barbie, that was cool.
Yes.
I kind of, it was a little
jarring.
Not jarring, just
what?
Maybe not enough.
Oh, you wanted her to be more central?
Yeah. Like that is more interesting to me than America and her daughter,
Yeah.
But whatever I got from it was very good, and also that montage at the very end when she's like, "This is what being a human is," and like I don't know, whatever that montage was of kids like playing around. It actually made me almost want to cry.
Really? Weak. This
movie Barbie. Thank you Mattel for allowing this movie to happen though.
Barely. They're making a Polly Pocket movie.
Yeah. They're making all the movies.
I feel like they did not learn anything.
Well, if the movies are horrible, then yeah, they didn't learn anything.
I just don't trust them because, like, there was, like, even during production of this, they were trying to, like, change things in ways where, like, this wouldn't align with Barbie's whatever. And that's already like, how about shut up? And there's, like, a man, too, who's a man CEO.
Yeah.
So and he's a man CEO in this movie, so it's...
But, okay, that's true, but this movie still got made. And, and a lot of the messages that they have, a lot of the ideas are kind of counterintuitive to Barbie. So I guess you just need a creative force like Gerwig to be like, no, this needs to be in there. But Gerwig is an anomaly. She's not like, there's not tens of Gerwigs out there. There's only like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So what's the chance that the next Mattel movie is going to be this good?
It feels like so hard to even have this movie be good, like a Barbie movie. Like, really, what are you gonna make it about? And we saw it and like, wow, that was actually perfect.
Yeah.
I just can't see that, like, lightning striking twice.
Right.
Unless she does it, but I don't think she would do that.
She wouldn't.
I don't know if she could do it again, and I don't really trust them with the Polly Pocket IP that's beloved in my eyes.
Like, don't touch that IP.
Please.
You better do right to that IP.
Please. I don't know. The fact that they announced like so many, like the Mattel universe after this, it's like, all right, it already feels gross.
Yeah. That is true.
Like one at a time. Like, okay, let's all forces Polly Pocket. We'll make it right, make it right, make it right. That's done. All right. All forces G.I. Joe. Not G.I. Joe, Polly Pocket, Transformers. That's just doesn't feel right.
I mean, you would think, because this movie, $1 billion, right? You would think as a leader of a company, you see the success of this film, like, okay, what are all the forces that made this movie $1 billion? We need to try to get that as our blueprint for the next movie, you know?
But that's what like messes up so many companies. They're like, let's copy what made this good.
But I'm not saying copy, I'm saying blueprint, you know? Let's get the foundation.
But even that, like Marvel did that with Guardians 1. They're like, oh, this is what we want. And then they did the blueprint, and now all the movies are like just dead versions of Guardians 1.
Well, I think there's one key difference is that like this movie is going the opposite direction of it's a knowing movie, right? It knows what it's trying to do. It's referential, it's meta, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's where things are going now with these modern movies.
But then you tell like the Mattel CEO is like, so that's what it is. It's meta. We have to be meta. We have to be aware. And then like, okay, let's get a director. You make this meta and aware, make it socially relevant. The director's like, sure. But like the director's like a dumb McDummerson.
Or they're like an action director.
That too. Like, all right, this is meta. Isn't G.I. Joe stupid? Isn't this all stupid?
I guess when I say get the blueprint is actually let's not make all metas. Let's make a movie that a director, an artistic director has a vision.
Yeah.
That is unique.
I don't think they'll see that. I think they'll see, meta. That's what's in.
I guess that goes back to my original point. You would think this movie made $1 billion. We need to find that thing.
Right.
But who am I?
Because that always happens. They're like, we found the $1 million formula. And then they don't realize
formula.
The $1 billion formula. And they don't realize it's the person who made it with their team. That's what the formula was, not the fact that it was meta, not that it was all practical, not that it was all this.
It's the sum of its parts.
Yes.
Good take. In any case, thank you, Mattel, for allowing this movie to happen. Also, like, I love that they allowed death to be talked about in a kid movie, basically.
PG-13.
But, like, little kids are going to watch this movie.
Yeah.
They're going to see, like, have you ever thought about dying? Like, that's very... Like, I remember the first time I realized I was going to die. And I almost died. Last week. And then I also love the idea of, I know it was stupid, but there's a scene when Barbie's like, Ken, you just have to be you. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm not Ken, I'm me. And that idea has always bothered me about other people. The idea that, like, you're not what you do.
You're what you say.
You are what you look like. You
are what you eat.
No, you like the people that are so into one thing and they're like, my life is this, you know?
Yeah.
I eat, breathe, and these. You're so boring. You're so weird.
You have no character.
And I love that the movie is basically that. Like, you're not whatever you think. It's not. You're not like what you do every day. You are just a.
You're just you.
You're just
like,
you.
You're just a person who does things.
Yeah. You just so happen to do those things.
Yeah.
When I was watching this movie, I got like Zoolander vibes.
Okay.
Did you? Or do you see that now, I should say? Where Zoolander's very like...
I guess, yeah.
Meta.
Yeah.
And it knows it's making fun of like that culture.
Yeah.
And have you watched The White Noise?
No, I know. No. Adam Driver?
Yeah. Directed by Baumbach.
The dialogue turned me off.
Yeah, it would. It is weird. But they're movies that are very much like talking about the same kind of thing, like consumerism and existentialism, and also the visual language is also the same, like very poppy, you know. and 80s vibe. And it's interesting that they both made the movies. It's like they're back-to-back movies, the
Right.
partners.
Yeah.
It would be a cool thing to watch both after one another. Who do you want to watch this film?
Women.
Damn
Good
right.
answer, right?
The best. You
Pass
got
the test.
Past A+.
I was training all week for that question. Jesus.
I want every Instagram obsessed 20-year-old girl to watch this film.
Yes.
To see if it probably it won't short circuit their brain and they'll be like, that was cool. I want some Barbie clothes.
Yeah.
But it's going to touch one of them. And they were like, yeah, this Instagram stuff I'm doing is probably stupid.
Yeah. Like ideally just everyone as much as possible watches this. Like I don't think it just depends what place you are in your life. I feel like if you're like, what am I doing? What am I this? And then you watch it, she's like, oh, I figured it out. But
Right.
if you're making like thousands of dollars or no, hundreds of thousands of if you're making hundreds of dollars.
If you're making like dollars?
Yes.
Good luck.
We're making a ton of money on Instagram just doing things that Barbie is saying don't do. You watch this, you're like, well, I'm getting rich. Well, why would I not do this anymore? And it would just like put in their beliefs more.
Yeah.
And then down the line, they'll be like, oh, this, and that. So that's why I want everyone just like a shotgun approach.
Yeah.
Everyone watch it.
I mean, that's the thing about this movie. It does have something for everyone. It's funny.
Mm.
It's
Poignant.
It's pretty to look at.
Yeah.
It should work on everyone.
Right.
And that's freaking hard to do, man. Like you're making a movie called Barbie. You're immediately turning off 50% of the people, you know? Not even, well, probably
But
less.
like she even knows that too. Like,
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
And then she knows, like, the interesting thing is, like, I would love to ask her, you know that a boyfriend's going to be dragged to watch this. What did you put in the film to, like, mess with them? Or to, like, what would you want to know, Greta?
Yeah. I feel like just put nothing. Well, I mean, there's some stuff for the boys. I mean, it was funny.
Yeah.
The Space Odyssey, that's for the boys.
Which part?
The start.
Oh, yeah, that was for the boys.
But I think it's kind of like a test. Like if you put nothing for the boys and just have them watch it, if they come out hating it, like isn't that a red flag in itself? Because it's just a fun movie. It's not saying like men suck. It's saying like this type of men should change. It's not even saying Ken sucks. Like she's still friends with him by the end. And she's like, I probably shouldn't have pushed you aside so much too.
Yeah.
So it's like both sides there's like discussion on both ends.
Yep.
But if like a guy gets dragged over and he hates it, then that's on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like there shouldn't be something made for him.
Yeah, you already have. Go watch David Fincher
We
film.
have Godfather.
Go watch Godfather.
In Steelbox.
Greta, like I said, is gonna make Narnia.
Probably good.
They say that she's trying to like move away from artsy films and make bigger. She wants to be like a big ass director, and I like that because not a lot of people are trying to do that. Like people want to stick in their artsy box.
Yeah.
And I like how she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go the opposite direction because I want to impact as many people as possible.
I think that's the way to do it, because I think trying to be like overly smart is gonna just turn everyone away besides the people who are already into that.
Yeah.
And if they're already into it, no one's changing their mind. They're like, yes, I'm right, I knew it, but nobody else is gonna watch it, so it's just the same thing.
So what do you think about Todd Field and Tar? Like that movie, Tar, the movie.
Yeah, but
like that movie's very, very overly like you have to be like. I mean, you don't have to be, but
is there like a message? Oh, the Me Too things. And I think it didn't make much money, so
like I guess what I'm asking is he doing it wrong?
I think if he really wants to make an impact, yes. But if he's doing it just for himself, I guess you should do it for yourself. But
But you just said like that's the way it should be done.
If you want to like really
Change things.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because you got to get the most years, but if you're not willing to compromise, just say like, look, this isn't as artsy as I want it to be. But like, how about just have fun? You know?
That's your thing.
Have
right?
a little giggle.
Yeah.
Now, be a little silly.
Silly goose.
A little
Silly goose
silly.
time.
Imagine like a silly tar. He couldn't do that. He's too much of a man to do that.
Whoa.
Like an insult, like he's a man.
Oh.
Not like he's
Horse
a
loving man?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think so the thing I don't like is that it's for Netflix. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully they release it in theaters, whatever.
It's a show.
Movie.
What, just like 5 movies? Or
She's
is, like,
making the first one. I think I don't know what she's making actually, but
I thought the first one was good.
I never watched any of them.
Oh. Okay.
Fair. Like I said, this movie's super successful. It's gonna make it. I think the only movie that's made more money than this is, I said it earlier today. I forgot.
Avatar.
This year.
Mission.
Guardians.
Oh, wow.
And
This should blow it out, shouldn't it?
it's gonna pass Guardians soon. Let me see.
Good. I think this is like the first movie ever where like the female demographic is pushing it to box office records. Like usually it's boys, you know?
The boys.
The boys.
Super Mario Bros is number 1 with 1,300,000,000.
Yeesh.
Guardians is 2 with 845 million, and Barbie's 823 million. So it's gonna pass Guardians, becoming number 2.
For sure.
Probably not passing Mario, but
I think it will.
it has 500 million to go.
It's only second week.
Is it?
Yeah. And I feel like the ladies are more willing to be like, let's watch it next week, not the film boys who are like, we gotta watch this release day.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
Yeah.
I can see like a slower drip of just watches.
That's a good take. I like that. I think you're right. So it's gonna be probably number 2 of the year. Well, let's see what other movies come out this year. Dune might beat it. No, it won't.
Kind of don't.
Dune is not gonna make $1 billion.
No.
I can promise you that. Ivan, let's rate this movie. Out of 5
Barbies. That's kind of perfect. 5 Barbies.
It is. I thought you were saying the movie's kind of perfect.
Oh, it kind of is.
Ivan.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. I give it 4.5 Barbies.
Fair.
My issue is that there is no scenes for the boys, and I want to be included.
That's not your issue, right?
No.
Okay. What is your issue? Like, what would make it a 5?
I didn't have too much issue with the kid, but the kid a little bit.
I'm not gonna say it was a kid, but
It
that
was a
damn
kid.
kid.
I don't know. There isn't much. I wanted more. I don't know.
Don't we all? 4.25 out of 5 Barbies for me.
You misogynist.
Think the kid and also maybe a little bit more chuckles.
Who?
Laughs.
Oh, Chuckles.
Ivan, what's the movie next week?
Is it the Turtles?
Do you want it to be the Turtles?
Sure. I think we should support animation. We should support animation.
We shall. With Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Something
Mutant
mayhem. Yeah. Trailers look funny.
Yeah, it looks good. I expect at least a 4.
Yeah.
But no higher. Ivan, it's time for Section Called.
Things and such.
Starting off on a sad note, R.I.P. to Paul Rubens and Angus Cloud.
Who's Angus Cloud?
Euphoria. actor.
Oh, right. I heard. Yes.
Paul Rubens dying from cancer. Angus Cloud seemingly overdosed, possibly. Don't want to spread rumors.
They didn't say.
Suicide.
He's young, so I mean,
Mental health.
it's nothing great.
But for me, Pee-wee, come on, man. Honestly, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, top 10 films of my life.
Respectfully.
And it's not even like, how do I say this? It's just one of the funniest, weirdest. It's so me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like such an idiosyncratic character, and meta before meta, like very aware of itself.
Right.
Scary. Just a great movie, man. But yeah, he passed away. That sucks, huh?
Crazy.
70 years old. Good old Ruby.
Rip.
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 Rip. Rip.
Rip.
Ivan, what have you been watching?
Boy, I'll tell you, Adrian.
Shaking his head.
No. I saw 2 movies. I saw Scarface.
Okay. First time?
No.
Oh.
But first time with my new eyes.
Don't you love it when that happens? When you're like, oh my God.
I mean, I wasn't that into it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. I think super classic. Like, I wish they had more movies like this where it's just like A to B, they're doing this happened. It's not like cut up into a million different timelines where you don't know. You see Albert Einstein at the end, like, why is it?
Stop.
Like, I've wanted something like this, but modern. It's just good. Classic lines. Al Pacino's amazing. Like, the way he acts with just, like, his eyes when he wants to, like, there's a scene where he's at the start trying to get, like, drugs, like cocaine.
Uh-huh.
And he goes to the apartment and he gets, like, held up with, like, the chainsaw.
Yeah.
He's, like, dead in the eyes, like, no reaction. Like, everyone else is screaming and crying. He's like, like, Jesus. It's just crazy. And super quotable. Great movie.
Yeah. Is it, like, great because it's just, like, all the things going on? Or is it, like, legitimately great? Like, what's the biggest issues? Is there big issues?
No.
Is it, like, a 5 out of 5 then?
It's up there.
Jesus Christ.
It's just so classic, and then like there's nothing.
And
like,
the look of it?
Yeah, it looks great. Music is great. They're not doing
like that's
like half dead. Like you're picking your body up.
Just classic 80s vibe.
Yeah.
You want to you went to go play Vice City right after. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I was like, oh my god.
Did you? What was I gonna say?
Is it really 5 out of 5? Perfect movie, blah blah.
I think it has to be, man. Like it's just so classic.
Brian De Palma.
Yeah.
Director of?
We just talked about it.
Mission Impossible.
1. They need, and it's like, it doesn't take itself seriously, which is like another thing that modern movies do too much, I feel. Like Oppenheimer, God bless his soul. It was just so like, we got to do this.
Like
and,
guttural.
Yeah.
Like real.
Yeah, but
or fake.
I mean, it's real, but and I know it's like the stakes are high, so they're like, they have to kind of act that way. But with this movie, it was just like, it just felt like a guy. Like it wasn't like some larger than life person.
But I think you're unfairly comparing it to Oppenheimer. Like, other than you watching it recently, why would you compare it, you know?
But I just think the difference between how serious it is versus, like, it's serious in this movie, but it's also like, it is a movie, like the Tom Cruise kind of mentality. Like,
yeah.
Let's just watch a movie. Like it has that.
Yeah.
Where Oppenheimer's like, this is something real, and you should take this pretty seriously.
Yeah.
We're in like Barbie, it's just a movie. Like that's what I want now. I want the heady stuff, but layer it with the movie. Like Everything Everywhere, it was heady, but it was layered with the movie.
Right. That's hard, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty hard. Like, make it smart, but also make it like a stupid movie.
Yeah. I think it's just up to directors to be like a little less egocentric. Be like, I need this to be highbrow. Every single frame, 70 millimeters, 3 hours long.
He's never gonna come on our podcast now.
I don't care.
I need to make a new podcast, just like
he'll beg us to be on his podcast when he's struggling, and we're the two top directors. Like, oh, thank you, the Afrasios. Thank you for coming to my lowly podcast. Haven't made a movie since Oppenheimer. I really need this. Just burning all the bridges.
Good idea. What else did you watch?
Jackie Brown.
Oh,
I think I've seen all Tarantino movies now.
Nice.
At this point.
Did you watch the one with Grindhouse movie he did?
A while ago.
Okay. What did you think of Jackie Brown?
Have you seen it?
Yes.
It's good. It's not his best.
Why? Or it's not what you like?
I don't think he didn't really have he didn't have it down perfectly. Like there's parts where it's like like a kind of a dirty cut to like the next part of the story where it doesn't feel like it flowed. It's like the end of the conversation, then they go to the airport. Like it's not really
fluid.
Yeah. And then there's like some like it's kind of nitpicky, but when they put like those screens of like first run of the drug thing, and it's like just kind of clunky how he's trying to like go A to B, but it's like his second movie too, so it's.
Is it? No.
I think so.
No.
Third?
It's after Pulp.
Fourth?
It's after Reservoir.
Third?
Third or fourth? Third or fourth, yeah.
But still, it's not as good as those. And I think it's like a little miss. Like, not a huge miss. Story was cool, I guess, but it kind of reminded me of the Sting, where you're like, you don't know exactly what's going on, but they all kind of do, and you have to wait till the end to figure it out.
Yep.
But
the Sting, man.
Sting was better than this.
So good.
But, I mean, it was good. I wouldn't watch it again. But, what's his face? Sam Jack. He was good in it. I just liked his cold energy. He was probably the best part of it.
He's a bad guy, right?
Yeah. Everyone else is kind of like Robert De Niro's in it. You don't even feel like he's in it. He's just like a normal dude, right? He could be any guy.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be Robert De Niro.
Sam Jack should be considered one of the best actors of all time, right?
Yeah, he's up there.
His range is amazing. And even, maybe not even his range, but like, because he doesn't have a big range, I think
his energy.
His energy.
What he can like put into everything he does.
It's so like bombastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Like him in Django.
Yeah.
An animal, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I've been watching Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings series.
Why are you doing that?
Because it's there. I only have Amazon Prime now, and your Netflix.
I canceled.
You did?
It was like 1 week left. Because they're charging now for like new people.
Yeah. So like, you canceled everything?
I have YouTube, and then I got Amazon Prime for a month. Just because I wanted free delivery. I wanted it faster. So then I was like, okay, I'll watch the movies. That's why I watched Scarface and Jackie Brown. Because like I might as well make this worth it.
That's funny. Dang, my wife's going to be super sad. No more Netflix. I'm going to tell her. How long does she have?
Like 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days to watch your favorite show.
No. What's she watching?
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't even watch it.
Just don't say anything.
Like, oops.
What? Guess the password's gone.
No, because then she's going to make me spend like 30 minutes trying to figure out why Netflix doesn't work.
Or you could just pay $15. Because I never used it besides like that one-off every like other month. And I wanted to just consolidate, and I wanted to have less choices so I can like actually choose something to watch instead of like, let's see what's on Netflix. Okay, let's see Prime. Let's see HBO. Let me compare all 10 movies that's kind of
and let me decide. And then when I pick, I'm sleepy.
Yeah, exactly. So it works better because I've watched 2 movies in the past week, and I haven't watched a movie at home in like half a year.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and I think that's one of the reasons I watched Rings of Power, because I only have Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's there. I'm like, I need to give this show a chance. Like, and I watched it, and I watched like 3 episodes, and it's not bad.
It's technically good.
It's technically good. It's interesting. But what I don't like is that the characters don't feel they feel kind of dull. Like everything's kind of interesting in how everything connects and like the stakes are enough, but like there's no one that just like grabs you by your neck and just like, oh god. Like all the characters from Game of Thrones were just like they had something about them, you know?
They're people.
And maybe that's because I watched 8 seasons of it. But still, the first 3 episodes, like I am not connected to any of the characters, but that could change.
I think they relied too much on like just the pure IP picking up everything.
Yeah.
Where like actors kind of matter a lot.
Yeah.
Because Lord of the Rings, all those actors are like pretty top tier talent.
Yep.
Like all of them.
Vigo.
What's his face?
I don't know their actual name. I just know Vigo.
Elfman. Orlando Bloom.
Kate
Blanchett was in there.
Michael Jackson was in there first.
He was. But like
Eddie
they're
Murphy.
all Eddie Murphy.
Donkey.
He was Donkey.
Yep.
I didn't connect that in my head.
Michael Myers.
Who was he?
Shrek.
This is a different movie.
Oops.
But yeah, I don't think they have the actors. Like not that I need a noticeable face, but
yeah,
I think they just got like, oh, you're pretty cheap and you know how to act enough.
Yeah.
Which is not how you should do something.
And that might change after I watch like all the episodes or maybe after 2 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a lot to invest, you know?
Yep.
But I will say like it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
And also the lore of it all is intriguing enough, you know?
Right.
Like they have one of the things I really like is the Hobbit like characters in the show because of like the way they look, the way they act and kind of their nature. And I'm like, "Oh, I like these guys. I want to see like all their ways of being."
They should have done like just a trilogy with this story, like really condense it and just do their like the Amazon trilogy. And like instead of spending like $500 million for 2 seasons, spend $500 million for just a three-peat, and just absolutely nail it with amazing actors, like low key actors, but like they're talented.
Written by Jesse Armstrong, directed by
Timothy Chalamet.
Shout out to the 3-syllable Chalamet.
He's too good.
Too good. Anything else you're watching?
No.
I watched this interview with the guy that wrote *Sapiens*, a book that was like a bestseller.
Yeah.
You heard of it?
Malcolm Gladwell?
No.
All right.
But he's like him.
Okay.
But he's from Israel. And he had this great point of like, a lot of people do diets, right? But you also have to have a diet on
diets,
what you consume.
Oh.
And I've always
your head?
Yeah, no. Content.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, I always knew that, but the way he said, I'm like, he's right. I got to stop consuming every little thing that comes my way.
Yeah.
So I've made an effort to just, like, if I listen to something, it's going to be a long form podcast. And it'll be like the whole podcast. I won't like just
skip
look
around
for the next. Yeah. And I'm trying to not watch YouTube videos, like the 10-minute YouTube videos anymore. Like I'm trying to watch podcasts now. So just something I'm taking away.
I've been doing similar, just not letting things that are like bad energy sort of enter. Like if I see a video like why the Roman Empire just was the worst time in all whatever, I don't think that's the real thing. But I'm like, I feel like that's a little too sad. I don't really need that. Like I don't need to watch anything depressing, like a really sad movie. Like, I don't really, I don't need that right now. I'd rather just do something else.
The rebuttal to that is like, don't you need to know about the pain?
I know enough pain, my friend. I've lived in squalor. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I've lived in squalor.
Okay, that's fair. Ivan, let's talk about music. Because our boys...
He's not my boy. Oh, what? No, they're not my boys.
Okay. Our men.
All
Yeah, you like that.
all right.
Posty and Scotty released albums. You listen to both? Give your quick review and then we'll go in deep.
Utopia, collage of copied ideas that Travis Scott put together that isn't really saying anything, but sounds technically good.
Grade?
C+.
Okay. Post Malone.
Post Malone. The whole thing sounded kind of samey.
Yeah, it did.
The one thing I'll give him is that it sounds like he's passionate about it. Like he put his heart into it. But it sucks that this is what came out of that.
Like, dude, it sounded like you really put your heart in it. It's shit, but at least you did it.
But I mean, like if I listened to Utopia first, I was like, do I just hate music now?
Right.
Because this is like, I don't feel anything at all.
Yeah.
And then like some songs are like, oh, this is good. But then like, I mean, I heard this on Kanye's album in a way.
Yeah.
I've heard this from whoever. Like, this is not anything. I don't even know who Travis Scott is anymore.
Yeah. Like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I heard like Offset and Cardi B's one single. I was like, I mean, I'll just listen to it. I was like, wow, sorry. I was like, wow, this is good.
I didn't listen to it.
It's good. Like, it's just straight rap, but it's like high energy, like almost angry rap. And it's crazy the difference between like any Utopia song with like intricate good production, and then you see this Offset Cardi B song where it's kind of simple, but it just like pum 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 like it hits.
Yeah.
And they're like full of energy in both of their verses. It's like, what? Like, it's not me. It's him. He's doing this.
You call it, it's you, buddy.
Yeah. And then Posts, same thing. I was listening to it just to see what it was, and I was surprised that it had heart in it, even if it wasn't that special.
Mm-hmm.
That like new, I guess.
Yeah.
But it had heart, which is like, I was like, good job, Post. You're not Travis. You're better.
Yeah, for the Post one, I totally agree with you. It's like very samey, a lot of guitar strummy, but it is different. And finally we get something different from him, but too bad like all the songs sound the same, even though, you know, but I would like, it's an album I would love to listen to with like my daughter in the background, like on a family picnic.
Right.
But it's not nothing jumped out. Definitely nothing jumped out, you know?
And he usually has one song where it's like straight from the soul. Like
Yeah.
just
Oh,
one
yeah.
guitar, one man.
His voice just like wobbling. Like,
Yeah. And like I usually count on that, but this one it's like he had passion, but it all sounded the same, and there was no like, maybe it was too clean production. Maybe that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a little grime to him. I don't know.
He needs, what it is struggle. Like, I don't feel.
Yeah.
I listened to an interview with him and Zane Lowe, and he's like in a really good spot in his life, it seems like. And I think that's the crux of
Maybe
being
he's
an
never
artist.
like, because I don't think he needs to struggle now. Maybe it's too late. Maybe he just never, because he got big at like 18 or something, something young. So maybe he just never had that time of like pure suffering that he needed. Not that anyone needs it, but
I need it.
you're telling me. I don't know.
And then Utopia. Multiple times I'm like, is this Jesus?
Yeah, like not even like there's tones of it.
No, there's like this is just Jesus.
Yeah.
They and like it was kind of dumb because it's not just it's not just like one track. Yeah. And there's the other one was
God's Country or something.
no, the one, well, I don't know the name, but it's the one with the Kanye West song with Ghostface Killer.
Wasn't it West Side Gun?
No. I'm talking about the song he copied.
Oh, is it like the Man with the Iron Fist song? Is that?
I forgot the name of the Travis Scott song. I don't know the name, but he copies not just like a part. He copies like a whole chunk of the sound, and I'm like, you have to. I mean,
don't you hear it? Like to him, like, don't you see? This isn't you.
The one rebuttal to that is like, I feel the genius of Kanye is like he sees a style and he jacks it and makes it his own. And I feel like Jesus was, because that's what he signed with Good Music, and then Kanye made Yeezus.
Yeah.
And I feel like he copied a lot of Travis's ideas to make Yeezus. But that's in the past now. Like, you can't go back and be like, nah, this is like my style, you know?
I think...
Especially when it's so recent. It's less than 10 years or whatever.
And even if he copied it, it's still you. Like, it shouldn't sound like Kanye made it still, even if he copied yours. Like, if anything, Kanye should sound like you.
Yeah.
But I think since Kanye just did it, and then Travis lost his, like, will to live musically, he doesn't know how to get his voice back or get his sound back. So he's like, well, Kanye kind of did it well, so I'll just copy that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Did he talk anything at all about Astroworld?
Who?
Travis in the album?
I don't know. I didn't think so.
Which is interesting too. Like, you would think...
Oh, like a conversation about it?
Not a conversation, just like a very introspective song like...
Oh.
What the hell what did I do?
If he did, I'd be surprised. Because I did not get any song where I was like, oh, he's mourning, which he kind of should be. It's just insane.
That being said, there's a one real... I think it's called Space Jam. Or
Modern Jam?
I like that because it's just like dumb straightforwardness.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I think I know where this album's going, but it didn't go that way. And it is funny how he, like... It is kind of a trick that he's playing, that he makes songs a little, like, complicated.
Yeah.
To make them more interesting, but there's nothing really behind it.
I think that's what how it tricks people. Like, people are saying, this is amazing. Uh-huh. And it's just because it's a very... Like, it's a distinct sound. It's unique.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're aiming for unique, it's not really unique. Like, it's unique because you're making it, and then it ends up being unique. And then all his rap is absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Just the same thing I've heard a million times. Like, I can't even think of a word he's said on this album. Like, it could have been...
I think the only thing's like, Biden, I'm going with yay or something like that.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, everyone said that already a million times.
Yeah.
Super late. And I think like 2 songs were just straight up from Kanye's album, like one he didn't release.
Really?
I think one is like at least 5 years old, like 6 years old, which is insane.
Jesus Christ.
It's just, there's no excuse. Like, he has the most resources, the most money, the most talent available to him, not himself. Well, he has talent if he digs. Maybe.
He does have talent.
He just doesn't have like a fire in him.
Yeah. Playboy Cardi?
Fiend.
He did have a different voice though. Like, after that, when his verse, it was very like I didn't even know who it was, and that's why Cardi's better.
Yeah,
because he's like trying to do things. I feel like Cardi's in the studio. He's like, how can I change my voice? That's like his whole thing. Like, I'm gonna say the same exact thing.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go from like to you know, like he wants to search the vocal dexterity limits that he has. Right. Maybe not the lyrical limits, but he's like, I want to see what different noises I can make.
Right. I mean, we'll see with this next album.
Have you ever seen his concert? Like a clip of?
Yeah, it looks pretty wild.
That, but there's like he doesn't rap at all. All he does is like, yeah. I'm like, wow, that's a
It's
interesting.
like a tribal, like ritualistic sort of
Yeah.
vibe. Like you're just there to like lose it
Yeah,
energy wise.
I want to do that. I'll do that. But I would go like so ready, like I would
Like
shave my whole
our-
body. No, shave my whole body.
Not shaved, like waxed,
Yeah.
pristine.
Waxed, and then I'd get marker Sharpie and just like Sharpie my eyebrows.
Like ding ding
Yeah.
ding.
So and then
Pull
I'll
some
go
teeth out,
shirtless.
No teeth.
No grill like a mouthpiece.
but like big where you can't close. You're like,
Yeah.
big eyebrows, completely shaven.
And like big baggy jeans. Shirtless
Uh-huh.
and just rage.
Just
Like
the person next to
I
you.
would look so it's like a little girl.
Oh my god. Boom. Like miles shooting away.
Oh god. Oh, I would be like a psychopath. But yeah, I
The
want to
concert hasn't even started. You're like outside waiting to get in.
I'll tell you. I'm in excited right now. I just like this idea. I really want to do it now. Oof. But yeah, I want to go.
Seems fun.
It does seem fun. And I think that's the point. You have to go with like, I'm going to get hurt.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have fun.
Right.
But who knows when I ever do that. He's coming to San Diego.
Good luck. I don't. He has like his own label now, and they're all named like. One's like called, like Lonely Poo Poo or something.
No.
I swear to God. Poo Poo for sure is in there.
Lonely Poo-Poo. That's great.
Like Lonely Poo Poo 6. I swear.
Oh, yes. Sign me up.
Like, what is this? What is this? Like, I get to a point where I'm like, what are we doing?
Uh-huh.
Lonely Poo Poo 6? What happened to Lonely Poo Poo 5? I don't know. It's too much. It feels
Yeah.
like overly silly just to be overly silly, or it doesn't feel like genuine silliness, just false silliness.
All right. Who are the artists signed under? No way.
Do you find it?
It's not a good. Opium is the label.
Yes.
Ken Carson.
I heard he's good, but I don't.
Destroy Lonely.
Yeah.
That's it.
I thought there's a poo poo in there. Let me find him.
Opium Records. Destroy Lonely. Yeah. Zodiac and White 2 TNB. Homicide Gang.
I'll find him. Hold on. Looking up poo poo.
Ken Carson was clutch. Anyways, Travis
Homicide
Scott.
poo poo.
What?
Homicide poo poo.
Homicide Poo Poo.
Homicide. It's an X instead of a C.
Homicide?
Homicide.
Omix side?
Like homicide?
Uh-huh.
Homicide.
Homicide.
Homicide poo poo gets the cosign by Playboy Cardi.
But it's crazy that it's like Travis Scott,
Yes.
Owl Pharaoh,
Yes.
Kanye creates Yeezus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeezus. And then like because of Yeezus you have Lil Uzi Rage version, whatever he calls himself. And then you have Playboy
Ragers.
Playboy Cardi, Trippy Red.
Yep. I think it shows how genius Kanye was.
It goes to like that thing you're saying, like what is it?
The web?
The web thing.
Branch.
Like the branch of Kanye is kind of disgusting.
And it's not even over. Like, it's still gonna keep going.
There's like, honestly, once a week I think to myself, what's Kanye doing right now?
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard anything. So I'm like, I wonder what this dude's doing right now.
Because he hasn't stopped being a musical genius. Like, he's still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
He still has the sound. Like, say what you want about Donda, it still had sounds that were like insanely unique that haven't really been done.
Take what you want. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Take everything. Dun-dun. That was a great song.
Yeah.
I think the Jay-Z verse killed it though. Like I didn't like that.
Yeah.
It was too like.
The baby. Hear the baby one?
I think so. Was it
Sounds better? Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Evan? Music, movies, TV, video games?
Been playing Tetris.
What the heck?
So much, Adrian.
Now you're just like.
But this is different.
Okay.
I'm obscenely obsessed.
How are you playing?
I see blocks fall everywhere.
What do you like? Where are you playing it?
On
and why?
Multiple platforms.
Jesus
I have
Christ.
an app on my phone. I have like 4 apps because I was testing out all the Tetris apps.
Just get rid of the T. Makes it faster.
Tetris makes me faster. But all the apps kind of suck because it's like touchscreen. It's not. But there's Tetris 99 on Switch where you could play. It's like a battle royale. You play against 99 other Tetris players.
Jesus Christ.
I've got to 25. That's my max. People are insanely good. It's scary.
Why are you even playing Tetris?
Okay,
It's like the oldest game ever.
Because, okay, this is the path that I took.
Oh, God.
You know that little analog Game Boy thing I
Yes.
bought? I bought Tetris on like a classic Game Boy thing.
Okay.
It's like, let me just do this so I can have like a game.
Okay.
Just a pure game. In my
Oh,
hand.
you're like, what's the most basic?
What's the most game I could have?
Yeah.
and I got that.
Yeah.
And I was playing with it. And like I made myself almost play, just kept going. And there was a point where I kind of lost myself to the game. Not like literally, but I was
You're
just
like Oppenheimer, you're just like smoking cigarettes, like.
yes. But there's like a flow you get once you get decent at it. I was like, this is pretty fun. So I was like looking up Tetris versions, and there's a version of Tetris called Tetris Effect that got like super popular. I was like, well, let me see what this is about now that I can somewhat play Tetris, and it's like top tier Tetris game ever, and it sounds stupid because it is kind of stupid, but it's like super immersive, and it's like when you play, the music goes with it, so it's like a beat kind of game. So you can, while you're playing, it sounds like you're playing an instrument.
Right.
So like that together, like really puts you in the zone. And then like I got to a point, I was just in my room in the dark, like laying back, TV huge, like in front of me, just like, but like laser focus, just like super fast calculating. Cause like the more you play, the better you get. So it's like, so now I'm pretty good with it. And it's super fun.
Like, I'm sick with it.
I'm a beast. But it's good. And it's like meditative too. So there's flow to it. It's fun.
Yeah, you saw me a little bit.
Play on your Switch.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Our nieces want to play Fortnite, which probably should play with them once in a while.
I don't want to play Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'll play like Call of Duty with them or something.
Headshot. I played paintball the other day for the first time.
Really?
Have you ever done that?
Twice.
I went.
It's fun, huh?
It's fun.
Painful?
I wasn't that good. It was a little painful. I was like, they were making a big thing like how painful it is, but I was like,
Feels like nothing.
I've done jiu-jitsu and I felt like a lot of pain before. So I'm like, it won't hurt that much. And it hurt a lot, but it wasn't like, oh, God, this is horrible.
For me, the thing was like when I first played, they said it would hurt. And I got hit a few times. Like that stung. But then sometimes like the perfect bullet hits you like right there and it doesn't explode perfectly. So it just like, boom. Those are the ones where you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
That leave the welts.
Yep.
But those are the best ones.
Yep.
But it's super fun.
And it was my final game. And I was bunkered with Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking the right, I was taking the left. And no one was coming to the left. Then finally a dummy just came running around to the left. I'm like, does he not see me? He didn't see me. And I was like, right on the mask. I was like, oh, I felt so good to hit the mask.
Yeah, it's fun.
Would I do it again? If someone invites me. I'm not going to go
Yeah.
looking for it.
I just like how it's like, once you get into it, if you don't like
Oh, there was guys there that were like,
flake
left,
not like that. I mean, where like you don't like, oh, I'm so sweaty, oh, I'm paint everywhere. Like, if you're just like with it and just going with the flow, it's super fun just to like.
Yeah. Right. Just act it out. Cinematic.
Put me down. I don't want to die like this.
Dish you in the neck.
No.
Any parting words, Evan?
Play Tetris.
Play Tetris. That's a good take. Mine is R.I.P. Pee-wee.
Now I feel a little silly.
You should. All right, we'll be back next week with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. TMNT. 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 TMNT.
MM.
TMNT.
TMNT MM.
TMNT MM.
TMNT MM.
All right, peace out.
Bye.